Welcome. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Let's Paint. This series is coming to you a week late because we've had a few technical difficulties. So we are going to be doing, as you saw from the thumbnail and the title, the Sanguine Spectres, a successor chapter of the Blood Angels. I believe they're part of the Bastion founding, the 25th founding. And the reason that we're doing this right now is because, like I said, we had a bit of a technical difficulty. So it all started with this little Spartan Marine. I did not want to do the Minotaurs. I know that's what the Minotaurs are just basically space Spartans. But I wanted to actually do a Spartan. So I thought I did a pretty good job doing a Spartan. I didn't even put the 3 there for the 300, but it ended up being there. So it all started there, and then on Etsy, I saw these little figures, and I will put the link in the description of where I got these, so you can get yourself some of these, because look at that base. That base is awesome. I do love the leaves. So this is my Athenian, and this is what the last 2 series for the show for this season was going to be. It was going to be my Peloponnesian series to represent the Peloponnesian War. I was going to do both an Athenian and a Spartan. And as you can see, I recorded the Spartan. This was done in my off time just to experiment. I did the Spartan, and then I was going to do the Athenian, and that was going to wrap up Season 2 of Let's Paint. However, we can't wrap up Season 2 of Let's Paint because the audio got all kinds of screwy. For, I think, 3 out of the 5 episodes, you can't really hear me. So I was very tempted to just do a voiceover, which I had never really done. I mean, I know I've done my narratives and everything, but, that's a little different. That's planned. So I figured, all right, fine, I'll just do a voiceover, and that'll be okay, because I wasn't really feeling the whole, I guess, vibe, the tone that I had for that miniature anyway. So I was like, well, here's my chance to do kind of like a redo. And it was a very busy week. Things happened, and I just did not get around to it. And if anyone is not familiar with the paint scheme for the Sanguine Spectres, fret not, for I will be going over it unless you just look at the thumbnail and you're like, right, okay. Either way, so story continued, right? We got busy, and I never really got around to doing the voiceover, and editing day came, and well, editing for me is done on Thursdays while I'm at work, because the nature of my job actually allows me a chance to use my downtime to do things like that. I squeeze in the time. I still do my job and all that bullshit, blah, blah, blah. But either way, yeah, so I can't do the voiceover while I'm at work because that takes too long. There's too much going on, and it's too loud up there. So I was like, shit. Usually that episode goes up Thursdays or Fridays. It doesn't matter to me right now, but it has to go up once a week, and I didn't get a chance to do that. So I did let this whole the week slide. I let all of it slide, and I was like, okay, I need to come up with a new series or season finale. Because obviously with the hiccup with my Spartan, I couldn't really do the Peloponnesian series anymore, because then I was definitely going to be a week behind. And surprisingly, that little sumbitch back there took 5 episodes to paint. I was very confused by that. I didn't think it would take that long. I really didn't. But it did. And I'm still not technically done with them. I need to black the base rim. And then, I've added the Northern oil, but I really want to go back and do some more high contrasted edge highlights. But I kind of can't do it right now. I don't know. I've had time. I didn't have the motivation to paint. So that's part of the reason why we're doing this. So this whole thing, what we're doing here is probably the last thing we're going to do before I go take my hiatus. And by hiatus, I mean I just want to take a paint break for the holidays. It's really all that is. I'm not really tired of painting. Like I mentioned just a second ago, that the motivation isn't really there right now. It's definitely not becoming a job. Where people are like, hey, if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life. And everyone else is like, yeah, it's got to become a job. Yes, there are times when this does feel like a job. And I'm like, I really don't want to do this today, but let's do this. This right now is almost a really good example because I kind of wasn't really in the mood to do this. But, I got things to do. And today is basically one of our only real chances to do this. I mean, I could do it tomorrow morning. I could do it Wednesday. No, I can't do it tomorrow morning. But I could do it Wednesday morning. Hell, I could even do it Thursday morning. And I would usually be going back to work on that Thursday. However, I have off because Thursday, the day that this will be going up, is Halloween. So I do want to take this moment and say Happy Halloween to all of you crazy painting motherfuckers out there. I hope you guys have a great holiday. Halloween used to be my favorite holiday when I was a kid. More like when I was growing up. Not really as a kid. Pretty sure all I cared about was the candy. Not that it matters, but either way. So, Halloween kind of used to be my favorite thing, and then mainstream, not to sound like a hipster or whatnot, but yeah, mainstream society just kind of kept pushing it. All the edgy kids were really getting into it. I was like, look, I'm really not about this. I don't want to be with a huge crowd on this. So I'm out. I didn't check out of Halloween completely. I still very much enjoy it. Some edgy teen out there would be like, it's the one day where everyone else is like me. Like, oh, all right. Get over yourself, suburbanite. Your life ain't that bad. But we were getting off topic, right? So yeah, I was doing my thing. So this should be coming out starting Halloween, and I am not going to rush through this because this series is allowed to go on for a little longer than we usually go. And I say that because I want to take that hiatus. So I'll still be uploading the videos. I will still upload them. The channel won't go quiet. It's not going to be one of those. But I am not going to be painting for a while. I don't exactly know how long a while is. So if anybody tries to ask, I don't know. But this is going to be one of the most, like, recent or up-to-date episodes. Oh, excuse me. And I say that because today is Monday that I'm recording this, like I usually do on a Monday. However, this comes out on a Thursday. So this episode is the most recent thing you guys will ever see. Probably. I don't know. We'll see where things take us in the future for projects. And I would love to do some Comic-Cons one day or something. Some kind of convention where I can show up where everybody knows your name. And it not be Kelly's Tavern. Either way. Yeah, very much looking forward to taking some downtime for this, from this. All right. That's looking pretty solid. 11 and a half minutes. And I am going to try to keep these around the 20-minute mark still. We're going to set this right there on the vents. If you can see that in that corner, I'm setting it like that, right on the vents. Vent, the flaps, whatever the hell you want to call those things. Now, here is an interesting question. What are we going to paint him? The Sanguine Spectres have an interesting color scheme. So their legs, all the way up to their knee, are going to be white. And then the thigh, let me get something out here. All right, so that is going to stay white. You're going to have the thighs. Those are going to be red. The crotch, of course, the belly, the chest, all red, white Aquila. And then you're going to have black shoulders like you just saw me paint. And they're going to have red trim. Then you're going to have a white helmet with a red face. So the exact opposite of what I would have done, a red helmet with a white face. Eye lens color, I don't remember. I bet you it's green. I don't really care. I'm probably going to put like yellow or some shit. But the red is going to be the interesting question. So I see these guys as kind of a dark chapter because it's, well, you know, it's a Blood Angel successor and they're all kind of crazy. But we got 3 different shades really to choose from here, especially when it comes to this white that we're working with. It's going to brighten everything up. So I have the Flesh Tearers red. It's got that, you know, that kind of maroon, I guess, looking. Bow red, which is just going to come out to be a good, rich scarlet. But Blood Angel's red, we have never tried. And it looks so muddy. And it looks damn near identical to Flesh Tearers red. It really does. And guess what? Flesh Tearers red is even darker than this. And I want to say, I want to try the Blood Angel's red. So this is not our first time using it. Look, it even looks rusty and brown. But I have not tried this over white. So I am a bit nervous here. But what we're going to do is we're going to start out on the feet. All right. Oh, it's definitely a stain on this white. I might have to go with the bow red. I can really work with bow red on white. But we just got to see how Blood Angels works. So it's not so much, you know, waiting for, all right, how's this color going to turn out? I would really like to see how the paint applies. And it almost is coming out kind of orangey on this white. Honestly, that's a little annoying. And I know Bow Red is going to be just a really rich one because we learned that with our Ghosts of Bow. So honestly, what we're going to do is we're going to get out that Flesh Tearer red. I thought about doing the Corn red too, So you guys get to see something I have not really done before, and that's mix matching colors so that I can really see what I want to go for here. Because I can just paint over things, and yes, the different colors do affect, but it's okay. Now you see that deeper red? Even though it's flesh tears and we know them to be maroon, they're kind of dark on the red scale. But you could see the difference there. That light red versus that dark red. And that is going to be the deal right there. Is that light red and that dark red. So we're not going to be going with the Blood Angels. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. So we're really dumb. We're really dumb. We're going to close that red. We're really, really dumb here, guys. We just did a horrible thing. Those feet, the shins, they weren't supposed to be touched whatsoever. So now we have to paint over it, and I'm actually going to go with my Corax white, even though it's not the same as my other white. Son of a bitch. I need to move this paint to a different pot. That's something I really hate about these paint pots. All my paint is basically half dry. And that is my fault. That is my fault for not taking better care of it. Yeah. Alright, so this white is definitely not going to be the same white as the rest of the prime, but that's okay. Because we can hide that with the Nuln Oil and, well, just other tricks. You know, once you get everything painted up, everything will look fine. But at least this was not a complete waste or anything. We did learn a couple of lessons here. We learned what Blood Angels Red looks like over white. Comes out a bit orangey. Can't say I appreciate it. So we definitely can't be using that. Alright. Flesh Terror Red. A lot darker. Probably going to have to go with that. A part of me wants to try the Corn Red as well. But I really don't like painting over white. That's part of the reason why I've been loving the contrast paints, is because, like I've said plenty of times now, it stains the paint. You're not exactly running paint over something. You're staining it. That's what it always looked like to me. But yeah, I can't believe we made such a rookie mistake. Alright. So yeah, I don't know if you can really tell, but the feet are definitely a different white. It's not too strong. A little bit of that red is showing under, and all that means is we have to just be more careful and maybe add another layer. But now we're at 19 minutes, so because I had to backtrack some stupid shit. Some stupid shit. I don't have any of my base paint. Okay, so I was at least going to do the base for you, but I guess at 19 and a half minutes, we'll just stop here. Excuse me. Alright, I know we didn't get too much done, guys, but we had a lot of setup to get through. We know what we're going to do. We know what... Ooh, excuse me. We know what color we're going to go with now, too. And I think we're going to be okay. So, I will see you guys on episode 2. That'll be next week. Whew. May the Void Father guide your brush. And I hope this one goes well for us. Very much looking forward to seeing everybody next week. So by all means, stay happy and healthy. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay? See ya.